Hi, this is Paul from Rick Jones Pianos, and I'm here with a U30AS. This is one of Yamaha's full-size 52-inch silent uprights. And if you don't know what I mean by silent, I'll explain. First I should talk about the piano though, because that's what's fresh in my mind. This piano is exactly the opposite of the stereotype that floats around the internet and wherever else pianos are discussed, that all Yamahas are bright pianos. I sometimes have people call up here and they'll say, I'm not interested in Yamaha, they're all bright. That's like saying that all Norwegians are mild-mannered. You know, it's a ridiculous stereotype. Yes, the sort of basic underlying characteristic of Yamahas may lean towards a tone that is sort of thin, clear, and penetrating. But that is only true in, I would say, 50 to 60% of Yamahas that I encounter here. Many of them go completely against the stereotype, all the way to the opposite extreme. Because one of the other stereotypes about Yamaha keyboards, or Yamaha pianos, I should say, is that their keyboards are light. So, bright and light, that's the Yamaha stereotype. This piano is neither. It is distinctly mellow. It has a warm, rich tone, which, as you could hear, does not compromise its ability to be big and loud if you need it to be, but it's a gentle kind of bigness. The kind of sound that's more associated with Yamaha's competitor, Kawai. People think the exact opposite of Kawai than they do Yamaha. They think that Kawais are mellow pianos with firm keyboards. So that brings us to the keyboard of this piano. This is not a light keyboard. This is a firm keyboard. Not heavy, but firm. Meaning that when you press down the keys, you feel resistance under your fingers. And even though this might not seem desirable if you just look at it on the surface, it's actually desirable in at least two ways I can think of. One is that it gives you excellent control over soft playing, especially if you have strong, experienced hands and have been playing for many years. You would find a light keyboard very hard to control. And second of all, if you have a young student in the house who's learning how to play, piano teachers almost unanimously agree that a young student should be practicing on a firm keyboard, for the obvious reason that it gives you the strength and endurance training that you will need later down the road if you continue to pursue playing the piano. Furthermore, most grand pianos that you will encounter, especially in a pressure situation like a student recital or a piano lesson, will be firmer than the light upright you might have at home. So a light piano is not doing you any favors when you go out into the world and play other pianos. So this would be not only excellent for a student who needs a firmer keyboard for training, it would also be excellent for a very experienced pianist who needs a firmer keyboard to play softly with control. Now, the silent part that we spoke about earlier, that involves this. So this is a real acoustic piano, 100% in every way, but it is also a kind of hybrid piano because it has a digital system added to it in the form of sensors that are under every key that direct signals into this processor right here, into which a headphone can be plugged in, and there's actually two headphone jacks side by side, so you could actually play duets silently with a friend or a teacher. The way you make it silent is you press down the middle pedal and you lock it in place. This prevents the hammers from striking the strings. The hammers are now making it almost to the strings, but they don't quite get there. And what happens is, not only does that silence the acoustic part of the piano, it also engages the digital part of the piano, which unfortunately at this moment can only be heard through the speakers. But it is actually a digital rendering of a concert grand Yamaha piano that you can hear through the headphones. And it does enable you to practice in complete silence so that no one else can hear you. This is something that you can do with digital pianos. Unfortunately, digital pianos don't have the realistic touch. Even the weighted ones don't feel like a real piano, and that's why teachers universally object to them for their students to practice on. So here you have the best of both worlds, the best of the acoustic world married to the best of the digital world. And so it's a really fine piano to have in your home, versatile, practical, and also we get a lot of requests for these. So I don't expect this to be in our inventory very long before someone notices it and snaps it up. maybe that could be you. So if you'd like to try this piano in person, you can stop by here. We're here 7 days a week. You can also call us at 301-937-4900 if you have any questions, if you'd like to buy it over the phone. You can actually buy it directly off the website with any major credit card using our shopping cart, which is self-explanatory. When you click on it, it'll take you through the purchasing process. And then once we receive your order, we'll call you the next day to arrange delivery. And last but not least, if you have any questions, you can also email them to us at rjpianos@yahoo.com. Thanks.